Hello and welcome back to Nick's Hobbies and Interests. Hi guys, this video is going to be basically a model railway update very quickly, right at the beginning. But if you have been following the last few videos, you know I am going to be doing a painting and decorating project up at the house. There's going to be an attic conversion video eventually when that work kicks in. This week is going to be Monday to Friday, all just painting and decorating. So all my side hobbies like this are all going to be just put on hold whilst that obviously takes up time and money. Displate on Tuesday night for me, I will still do the preview because I can just do that on my laptop, put it all together and then put it out. So yes, let's show you what I've been up to down here, shall we? Okay, so the two lines closest to us, I've replaced the point here with the Electro Frog, as you can see there. And I also realigned this piece of FlexiTrack because it had a slight kink to it that I was unhappy with. So now it goes off at a much nicer sort of angle, if that makes sense. At the back, these points have all been realigned, and I've added in the FlexiTrack. I gave it a slight curve simply because there's going to be a platform at the back there running along the end. So as you can see, they kind of come in. The additional sidings in the station here, all running down to this point work here, connecting back up there. I am yet to add in the FlexiTrack on this line here and the one at the back, but eventually those two will join up to this point here and at the back that point there. I had to order myself another point. I found it interesting that when I actually got to here, I had actually already installed an insulated frog, and that just wasn't going to work for me. So I've recently got online and picked up another Electro Frog point. So that's there and eventually going to be installed. So yes, as you can see down here, I've actually realigned these two lines because if they had been where they were originally, if you can remember or check out one of my older videos, this bend here was going to be really sharp and then going back on itself to come, of course, around. So I've just made that a bit nicer. I'll give you an idea. I think it's going to be a lot smoother and the trains are going to handle that turn a lot nicer than they were originally. Because if you remember, there was a point here and a connecting track to the inside line, and then of course the outside line was on this one here. So hopefully that's going to work nicely. The one thing that's going to be questionable is a loco running on the inside track here, crossing each point back to back. Will they make it across? I'm unsure until I get around to testing. So we'll see. But that is it. I have just been realigning track and, as you can see, just trying to get all the track work finished. Anyway, now let's go back up and have a look at the other project. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so when it comes down to the painting and decorating in this room, the green and the orange, it's all going to go. I'm going to go to a much neutral colour. This was all painted before I started collecting displays, and as you can see behind me, just with a few on that wall there, I've got Mass Effect, there's the Mass Effect, I know I've got a few more dotted around the room. There's Hitman by the door, Last of Us in this corner here. They, as much as I've made them work, they don't really work really well all together. It's not really a museum kind of colour, is it? I need you to walk into like an art gallery, let's say. A nice neutral dull colour in the background so that everything lighter, so these bright colours here, they can all sort of shine, I guess, that bit brighter. You get what I mean, I'm sure. I'm not going to go into too much detail. But in order to repaint and redecorate, all of this has to come down. All my statues figures needs to come down. I'm going to give them a good dusting. They're going to go back in their boxes. My original displays, all, as you know, they can all be put into their protective sleeves, like these Fallout ones here. All my Fallout merchandise, all again, it will all just go into boxes and be stored away safely until the work is finished. To address another horrible fact
and that's mould and damp that builds up. This all needed addressing at one time sooner or later. Now seemed perfect.
Okay, it's now 8:30 p.m. day one of everything being packed up. So starting at the Mass Effect display collection here, nothing's actually been done in this section, but over to the other side, my right as it is, plenty has been done. I'll flip the camera and show you. So what you're looking at is the magnets that are still on this board here. Normally you would have a leaf. Naturally, because there is a solid board back here, I didn't bother. I've just stuck them onto the board. Going down, this is obviously where the cabinet used to be. The shelves that I had all my Fallout stuff on, Cyberpunk and films and books. If I go right down, you'll see the condition of the damp and mould running along the skirting board and heavily in that corner. So we're going to have to deal with that. You've got my Walking Dead statue there in the background. I did have two replicas of Negan's bat standing there, and as you can see, the damp and mould continued. So yeah, this is all going to be redone and sorted out. Going up, most of this shelf has remained the same. However, my my Last of Us figures that used to stand here, they've now been boxed up and are of course in storage. The Resident Evil statues of Jill and Alice, both in storage. The Horizon stuff is still there, top shelf is all still there. However, my 1/6 scale figures, the Dark Knight, Batgirl, they've all gone into storage, not just been thrown in the bin. Then we've got the likes of Star Wars, Rey and the Mandalorian. They've all been boxed up. Then, of course, you had all my other Marvel figures. You're probably wondering where's the Black Widow display. That has gone already into a protective sleeve. Before I take the rest off, these two might be okay, but that one is difficult to get out without scratching it. It has already received a couple of scratches on the back, so yeah, it's using these, you see, because I have them fastened to the wall. Alternatively, different from those ones there. Interesting thing though, just to tell you, I use two magnets mostly when it comes down to these smaller pieces, especially the limited edition range. I like to use two magnets. I've had a couple of standard displays, luckily no limited edition. I've had a couple of standard ones fall off the wall. So yeah, ever since then I've been more careful. Yeah, this wall is going to get painted, but the magnets don't actually have to come off the wall. We are, if I come back round gently, I am going to remove these two, and where Mass Effect is further down, that will get removed as well. So, like I say, Mass Effect. I did put additional magnets in the centre here, just to make sure that, well, basically they're nicely joint. All personal, all just my personal choice to do so. You don't have to. Displate do sell magnets, obviously additional magnets if you wanted them. I, of course, as you saw on the orange boards, have bought other magnets elsewhere just to give them a go, test them, try and find a nice strong way of holding up the displays. Okay, it is currently 8:20 in the morning. Last night my battery died, so that's why this video is going to seem a bit jumped up. I'm going to do this in daily updates, I think. This is now the end of day 1, and for me the beginning of day 2, so I'm going to take some photographs and capture the progress of everything going on. I'll upload a display preview at the end of the day, of course, when it gets announced, and properly it is, if I remember, it is Stranger Things. It makes sense, their new series has begun. So that will come, and I'll put together a video of the progress that we make today. There was something else I was going to note, and I can't think what it was. The internet is going to be down today, because we're working in that area of the house where the port is. So, access to do this sort of thing, access to YouTube, is going to be a bit restricted, maybe until the very end of the day. If not, it may even be restricted until tomorrow. So if my preview video and this day 2 video doesn't come today, end of today, it will most likely come tomorrow, or worst case scenario, Thursday. So yeah, stay tuned. Until then though, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, and as always, take care.